everybody and welcome back to Southwest Norway. Today we're going to be having a big baling session. This is where we're going to bale obviously some fields, and I think the fields in question are fields number 4 and 3. We need to get these done because tomorrow is most likely going to be the final episode on this fantastic map. The only reason why it's so short-lived is because I've got to do Naveswell Extended before the release of FS17. So there is a bit of a rush on really to get everything completed. But anyway, we need to drop the bale shredder just here. And I do need to adjust my steering wheel. It's just gone a bit stiff. There we go. Yep, in the Logitech Profiler you can adjust the spring of the force feedback, and the tension was very high. Sometimes it does this when you haven't played the game for a while, which is very hard to believe for me, but there you go, that's how it works. Anyway, today we're going to go up to the shop first of all, because we need to get the baler. This is a new baler, well, new to us, it's obviously an old baler because it is the Claas Rollant. This is a baler which I said we were going to use, that's why I've wrote everything up. I don't think I've used it before, but judging by the reviews, it's very good. It has a 5 out of 5 star rating, and it's had many ratings from many different people, so I hold out a lot of confidence for this mod. So it should be on the forecourt here, if you can call it a forecourt. There we go. So yes, it's definitely used. Loving the textures. I've had a look at this mod in detail on Mod Hoster. Oh, don't want to go back too fast. Right. That should be okay. Showing the PTO attaches automatically again. This is all to do with the manual attach. But yes, you can see the Claas decal is well, scratching and wearing off. It's a good looking mod. Looking forward to using this thing. We've got just the 2 fields to bale, but we should still get quite a lot of bales out of it because I think they're very productive fields. This is because we're not running a soil mod. Having said that though, if you are running a soil mod, you can actually get much better yields than the standard game. It just depends how good or bad you are. Usually, I'm pretty terrible at soil mod, but as I've clearly shown on Thornton Farm, the past 2 fields have actually gone pretty well. So yeah, I don't know. In small quantities, soil mod is just absolutely astonishing. It's an incredible mod. If you do it on a map which is just way too big and you own too many fields, then it can be very hard to use. But yeah, it just comes down to skill basically. So will this tractor be able to power it? It looks like it will be able to. That is really good news. And because we've rode this up, it means the swath is much narrower, but still not unrealistically narrow. So it's feeding into the baler perfectly to produce hopefully a good bale. It's filling up at a fairly decent rate. We're going to pick these up with the auto stacker. We're not going to watch my horrific telehandler skills. We've been doing that anyway on Thornton Farm, so it's about time I did use an auto stacker again. You can see it feeding up the pickup. That's all animated. This is bale number 3. So yeah, I don't know how many bales we'll get. 10, I suppose. Something along those lines anyway. Fills up very quickly. Good to see that the bales are actually staying in place on this field. It doesn't really have much of an incline to it, so that's the reason why. And yes, the reason, like I've already explained, for changing this map so early is because of Naveswell. I mean, I'm dying to do a series on Naveswell Extended. It's obviously a very highly anticipated map, and I want to make quite a long series, somewhere between 30 and 50 episodes. And if you think about it, Farming Simulator 17 isn't that far away, and if I'm only doing 3 episodes a week, then even doing that is going to be quite tricky. So if I could keep this map as well, I would do, but I'm afraid finding the time is going to be a bit tricky, so I'm going to have to end it tomorrow. However, we're not just going to suddenly stop and that's the end of it. we're going to sell everything we have, everything in storage. We'll also sell off the farm, by that I mean the machinery, and then we'll toss up how much money we have actually got from the farm. That is including our assets, of course. It's definitely not going to be anywhere near debt, because we're not even in debt at the moment. We're close, but we're okay. When everything is sold, the tractors and everything, and the bales, the silage bales, we will be fairly well off, I think. We're not going to transfer that money over to a different map, because obviously Knaveswell Extended, we're going to transfer from Knaveswell itself. So yes, that is all in hand. Beep beep. You can tell which swaths have been rowed up two together and which ones are just the one on their own. Like this one here, obviously filling it much slower. So I'm guessing this is just the one swath straight out the combine. I did actually do a very similar thing at the end of Court Farms. I sold off everything to see how much money we would actually get from the farm. That's obviously excluding the farm itself, so the land and everything. That would be millions most likely, but yes, just the assets and what we had in storage, and it was still a very impressive figure. Got a lot of money from all that. And we're pretty much at the end of this field. We then need to refuel. This is the thirsty tractor. If you're playing at about times 15 speed, then the fuel consumption would be pretty accurate. But if you're playing in real time like we are, the fuel consumption is obviously way too high. It is possible to fix this issue in the XML file, but I've never really found the need to change it because it's not horrendously bad. But you do need to keep an eye on that fuel gauge, otherwise you're going to find yourself running out of diesel. Right, there we go. So luckily, the next field is exactly the same straw type, so we don't have to worry about any incompatibilities here. But yes, first of all, to the farm to refill this diesel tank. Ah, so much quieter from in cab view. So from that field we got 9 and a bit bales. Not too far off my guess. Where is the diesel tank? I always forget, I can't believe it. I filled up from it before. In fact, actually there could be some in our mobile one. No point wasting any. We've already paid for it. But that might mean getting another tractor just to pull it out of there. That sounds like a job for the T5. Yeah, the diesel tank is just behind me. But yes, if there's any in here, you might as well use it. Right, it's 91% full. We have got to put this to some use. There we go. Oh, got a bit of a dance on here. Look at it go. And it's full. It's amazing how high the capacity of this mobile fuel tank is. Incredible. Let's reverse it back into here, because we'll probably need it again, knowing this tractor, or the Massey Ferguson we're using. So yes, last field we need to bale. Field number 4. This is a bigger field, so it's going to take a bit longer. But if we get 11 out of this one, then it means we'll have 20 overall, which would be a really good round number. We'll just have to see how good this field is. But it shouldn't be too bad. I always like seeing a field full of bales. It's quite a end of summer kind of look, because, well, yeah, straw bales are going to be at the end of the summer. Hay bales, of course, are at the beginning. So, yeah, they're sort of midsummer, well, before summer, midsummer, and end of summer look. So basically, just generally a summer look. I could have really simplified it. But yeah, mainly straw bales. Yes, it looks more like August time. I suppose July as well. Oh, it's looking very good. These bales are coming in thick and fast, so we haven't even completed the first headland, and we've already done 5. That is incredible. I wonder what was so different then between this field and field number 3, except for the size, of course. Yeah, it does seem to be a lot more profitable, this one. But anyway, that gives us a better excuse for using an auto stacker. The more bales there are, the more painful it'll be to wash. So we've got to use an auto stacker. I should probably do a bit more from in cab view actually. I do get into the habit of staying out of cab. If I get carried away into a conversation and I'm in out of cab mode, I tend to forget to go back into the cab again. But at least these days I can't get these comments saying, "Oh, I thought you were trying to be realistic, you don't normally hover behind the tractor." Yeah, you don't if you're driving it, but you can get these drones, can't you, who can follow you around the field. That could be what we're doing. We're technically not the driver here, we're a drone following somebody else. And that is 10 bales, already way better than field number 3. And there is plenty more yet to come. My guess is going to be 20 bales from this field, hopefully, which would mean we get 29. But that might be a bit too optimistic, I'm not too sure. But it does seem pretty good. Here's bale number 11. Some of them are rolling a little bit, but they're not really going too far. That's bale number 19 from this field. I think I might be one out actually. It's going to be very close. I guess 20, but it could be 21. Just depends how quickly it fills up just here. Obviously there are a few missed bits. Some of that was from the windrower. I might have missed a few bits with the baler too, but obviously nothing like what it would have been if I hadn't rode it up at all. Definitely not going to be 21. In fact, it could be a squeeze to get 20. That's surprising. I'm going to have to pick up every odd bit I see. Finally! That was a fun job. There we go. We have got 20 bales. So from all of this today, we have actually produced 29 bales, which is obviously very impressive from just 2 fields. What we do need to do now though is get an auto stacker. I don't think we own one, and as we're going to be selling off machinery anyway, we could sell some stuff. I do have one rule though. Some of you may not agree with it, but let's just pull that up. There we go. Yes, I'm not going to take stuff to the store because it's used, so really I think we should not get the extra money, and it's obviously quicker too. We do have 2 balers. The only reason we got the Rollant today was just to make it a bit different, so I guess I could sell that Kuhn baler and that should give us enough money. Not 100% sure how expensive the auto stacker is. It should be under baling technology. It's 24,000. Yeah, that's alright then. So yeah, that can go there. T5, we need T5. We'll begin to collect these bales up. We'll do them all today, and we are most likely going to sell them. I think we will do. We might as well sell them today really. So yeah, straight to the sell point with them. Hey, it looks really good, doesn't it? 2 fields of bales. Here we are. Let's pick it up and begin to collect the bales. It's a pin type. I think that probably does depend on the tractor actually, but because it is a pin we have to do it by hand. There we go. Why am I crawling? How weird. Let's start the job. I think we'll start with field number 3, as it's smaller. Just need to find a good way in. This will do. So what is the capacity? 8? I think. Is it 8 bales? I think it is. Yeah. So we'll almost clear this field at least with the first load. A lot of this is going to be road work. I'm not too sure if there is a straw sale point at this farm. I've checked the handbook, and I do know where one of them is, but as for this farm, not too sure. Doesn't really matter though because the other farm isn't that far away. Oh, going too fast. This is bale number 8. Brilliant, so that is load number 1. Just fold that up. And we'll head over to the sell point. As for money, how much are they? £143 each. And that is quality A+. It's quite easy to miss the turning to this farm. It's actually here. Gets me every time. And this is pretty much directly behind field number 4. So yeah, I think really it's about the same distance as the main yard. But yes, this is definitely a straw sell point right in front of us. There's no point me hunting around for another one when I know where one is so locally. Here we go. What will it be? About £1,000 or so we should get. Oh, it's done them individually. When this tractor is stopped, it tends to bounce. It's probably something to do with the suspension. Better let it go down. There we go. Load number 2. So this one here, first of all, that is field number 3 cleared. And now for 20 more from field number 4. This is very easy doing it this way, but I do like using auto stackers. You've probably noticed. I think if you have about a 50-50 mix, so sometimes I do it with a telehandler or front loader, and then sometimes I also use a auto stacker. It gives you the right balance, because you know, if I do it every time with an auto stacker, it's going to get boring, and likewise if I do it every time with my failing front loader, again, it could get quite boring. So 50-50, that is the right mix, and we're full. Another £1,000 or so, and load number 3. And finally, load number 4. So yeah, clearly we're not getting too much money out of these, but it doesn't matter. This is just so we can use some different equipment. I've wanted to use the Claas Rollant baler for a very long time, and this has been a very good opportunity to finally use it. We'll definitely be using it again on a different map. It's very good. Right, and 2 left, I think. They're not at a very good angle though. Reverse back and get the 5th one. And there we go. I think that is the whole field cleared. Yes. Okay, to the sell point. And this one obviously isn't going to be worth much at all. But yeah, it should be about £600, I would have thought, 700. It's all good. So there we go. That is our baling session for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the mod as well. The download link for the Claas Rollant baler will be below. I believe everything else we used was a mod which we already have in the description below. So yeah, just check it all out and you should be able to find the tractors and implements used in this video. So until tomorrow, thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow, like I say, is most likely going to be the final episode. And yes, hopefully after that it will be Naveswell Extended, but we'll just have to wait and see. So, thanks for watching, and see you again soon. Bye for now.